friends, or enjoying a quiet meal by yourself, make certain you have the finest cuts of meat from Valley Meat Supply. Quality steaks and pork chops that make every bite a true delight. Valley Meat offers a wide variety to satisfy every taste and budget, including incredible sausage, several varieties of cheese, baked beans, award-winning beef jerky and snack sticks, and a great selection of spices. Valley Meat Supply, your locally owned, locally sourced meat market, located on West Main Street in Valley City. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City has openings for full-time or part-time CNAs, occupational therapist, and certified occupational therapy assistant. They're also seeking a full-time nutrition service supervisor with a $5,000 sign-on bonus available for this position. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City also has openings for registered nurses, full-time or part-time, with a $15,000 sign-on bonus available. For more information and to apply, head to mercyhospitalvalleycity.org under the Careers tab.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Ivy Real Estate Group, your locally owned real estate brokerage, is cheering for the home team. Listen to KOVC for the Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game following every Valley City Highliner and VCSU Vikings game.
Why choose professional eye care centers? Let me count the whys. First, there are now 4 great doctors to see. Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangula, and now welcoming Dr. Bond. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, and Edgeley. And finally, their fantastic frame selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers. Clearly the best.
Grottberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grottberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grottberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grottbergelectric.com.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right. Lever's Foods.
This week at Lever's Foods, enjoy Labor Day savings on bananas, 49 cents a pound. Heinz ketchup with coupon, just $3.89. And Kretschmar baby back or St. Louis pork ribs, only $14.49 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. And observe caution in their parking lot while under construction. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
And welcome back here to Valley City on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. In about a minute and a half till we begin the pregame festivities before today's game between Valley City and Wahpeton. Here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. Jerry Edwards back with you here on the Sanford Health Valley City pregame show. Here for all, here for good. If you missed it the first time around, we'll go through them one more time. Our CHI Mercy Health starters for your Valley City Highliners: Drew Potrets, Katie Coca, Kinley Suffolcool will be the libero today. Jovi Borg, Ava Hughesby, Hadley Thorson, and Eddie Kvilbang will be the starters today for Valley City. Again, for Valley City, given the opportunity to talk with head coach Rebecca Erickson, talking about the progress that this team has made. When she talked about the start that this team has gotten off to versus last year's team, she says that it is almost a night and day difference. And that's the thing with high schoolers. You pretty much bring back the same team over and over again, but there is development. And the good coaches are able to develop their players. They are able to put together a team that, can develop over time. And that is one of the special things it is about high school sports, is that you do see that development over time. They're going to be taking on a Wahpeton squad today. That should match up very well with them. Again, for Valley City, it is all about growth early on here in this season. So for Valley City again taking on Wahpeton. They started off their season with a nice victory over Devil's Lake. And for Valley City, they'll be looking to make it a nice start here in the regular season, as they'll be looking to move to 2-0 in the regular season. As again, Valley City came in with that preseason tournament that they were in with a nice record right around 500, and now you get to the kind of meat and potatoes games of your schedule. You get to the games that you don't want to say count, because the experience that you get from those type of preseason tournaments do definitely count, but you definitely want to take those lessons you learned in those tournaments and then translate them to success in the regular season. So for Valley City, it was a 3-1 win over Devil's Lake in terms of sets, 3-1. If this is your first time listening to volleyball, or you just need a refresher on the rules, it is a 25-point set. So there are the best of 5. If you win 25 cents, it looks like I'm being interrupted by the national anthem, which is more important than me. So we will get to a quick break. Keep it right here on KOVC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
This is Amy Heim, nurse practitioner with Sanford Health. Well child checks are important visits for children of every age. Yearly well child checks are recommended for children 3 and older, and more frequently for those younger than 3. It is at these visits that growth, development, and preventative care are addressed in an effort to keep children as healthy as possible. Recommended immunizations are also discussed and provided at these visits. Call 742-3267 to schedule at your local Sanford Health Clinic in Ellendale, Foreman, Gwinner, Lemoore, Lisbon, or Oaks.
Valley City State University, it's an exciting time as we experience enrollment growth. Support of the VCSU V500 Scholarship Program is making a difference, now more than ever. This is Al Lefebvre, president of VCSU. This rich tradition of V500 is as much a part of our future as it is our past. Involvement in this program helps students succeed at VCSU. Please consider joining us with a membership today and keep VCSU moving forward. Visit give.vcsu.edu today to make a difference.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Highliners Activity Center here in Valley City. Again, going out today, national anthem disrupting. Of course, we always want to get to the national anthem, but getting it back to the volleyball rule set for Valley City, it is a 25-point goal. It is the best of 5 in terms of the overall win, but if it does get to a 2-2 split and we have to go to that 5th set, it becomes the best of 15. You must win by 2 in this set. So, of course, if you get to a 24-24 tie, that means that we are going to need to go to those extra points, and it gets very nerve-wracking very quickly when you get down to those extra points, because it quickly becomes who can score a 2-point rally, and 2 points can be put on you in the blink of an eye. All it takes is one hit to go sideways off a hand. All it takes is for one miscommunication on the court, and that is how quick 2 points can be put on you. Volleyball, like basketball in a sense, is a game of runs. You'll start seeing times when the game kind of has this kind of methodical back and forth pace, and it can get lopsided quickly in a hurry, and then it becomes kind of like basketball where you're just looking to put together a run and limit your opponent's run. That is what the best teams do. The best opponents kind of realize when they need to seize the moment and go make that run. And if Valley City can make those early runs and give themselves not only the early lead, but give them some confidence, give them some comfort, again, it is very much easy to play loose when you have the lead, when you are in front, when you are comfortable. That is the best way to play loose. Very rarely do you see a team play loose when they are in a tight game. So for Valley City, they'll be looking now to get to an early advantage as again, they'll be taking on a Wahpeton squad that they are looking to kind of judge themselves against for Valley City. Again, this season, all about growth, improving the program as a whole, and making sure that the development that you had in those preseason tournaments and the progress that you had against Devils Lake becomes the progress that you can build the growth of this program on. Starting lineups have been introduced for both sides. It is going to be Wahpeton in the black with their libero in the white. Valley City going to be in the navy uniforms with libero Kinley Suffolk taking with the red jersey. So for those of you that might be watching on a stream online, I'm sorry, one of these teams left their light colored jerseys at home. Again, very rarely do you get the dark color on color matchup, but in a situation like this, I am certainly glad to have my extra strength contact lenses in, and well, I'm thankful that I'm not colorblind. I know a guy that I went to high school with. He went on to become a sports broadcast well, but he was colorblind. He hid it for as long as he could because, well, sometimes trying to tell the jersey color of two teams that have black uniforms and one team that's wearing black and one team that's wearing navy blue, well, it can be a little tricky at times, but he managed to work through it, and it is, again, one of those things that you don't see very often, the dark color game against color game, but you get them every now and then. And if you're following on the stream online, the best way to tell who's Valley City and who's Wahpeton, look for the red jersey. That is the jersey of Kinley Suffolk. She will be the libero today as she checks in for Valley City. It'll be Valley City serve to begin the game. And we are underway with a Drew Pontrat serve, picked up nicely by the Huskies. 3-hit over, picked up nicely in the back. Pontrat shovels it over to the outside. Big spike down the middle. And Katie Koka gets things started off right for the Highliners. They'll take the early 1-0 lead here in the first set. And so Drew Pontrat, the senior, moving back. Couple bounces and a step forward, steps into it, hits it right down the middle, picked up by Wahpeton as they shuffle it to the outside. Flat-footed hit, picked up by Suffolk in the middle. Push shot over the top, a quick 1-2. The third shot is over and it'll stay in. Valley City regrouping. They shuffle it two forward on the third hit, and a big spike goes off the top of that Wahpeton wall, and that's Ava Hughesby picking up the kill. Good student section in attendance today for the first Highliner home game this season. Looks like it's a Hawaiian theme shirt night. That one very near the net. Wahpeton can't get it over on three. That should be the 4-hit. Either way, it goes into the net. And that'll be another point to Valley City. So it's an early 3-0 lead here for Valley City in this first set. Pontrat's going for the placement. Lob shot over the top. Wahpeton picks it up close to the net. Big spike down the middle. Stuffed down in the wall. And that was a nice jump by Vilvang. Knocking that one down. Also assisting there was Hughesby. So Valley City getting off to a nice 4-0 lead here in this first set. Pontrat mishits that one, and that will be the first point of the game for Wahpeton. Just went off the side of the hand, and that one just kind of, well, it's just spinning up there. You tell it just did not have the velocity to get over. So the serve for Wahpeton over the top, picked up by Suffolk. This one shuffled to Vilvang in the middle. Vilvang splits him down the middle. And so the middle blocker doing her job early on, as the seniors doing a nice job carrying Valley City in this first set. So after the miss hit on the serve, Valley City wastes no time in getting the ball back, as Katie Koka, the sophomore outside hitter, stepping back for her serve. Running serve, it's deep. Miss hit by Wahpeton. They're trying to shovel for this. Will take a monster hit to get it over, and it goes right into the net. Good job by Vilvang not to give up on that one. Kind of just setting in the middle, and she jumped anyway, even though it was short, just making sure you keep those hands from getting on the top of the net. This one just scoots over the top. That one had some velocity to it. Outside opportunity, and it goes off the side of that Highliner wall. Jovi Borg could not quite contain that one. So 6-2 lead here for Valley City. Second serve coming up for Wahpeton. Suffolk picks it up in the back. Ball shuffled forward to the outside. What a brilliant strike on the outside by Borg. Lunging effort made by Wahpeton, but they could do nothing with it, as Valley City's got themselves a 7-2 lead. So Valley City got off to that early 4-0 lead, and since then it's been a trading of points. Vilvang back to serve. Little pop shot over the top and just out of play. Trying to drop it right on that boundary line. Just a bit far as the officials signaled that it was out. So 7-3 lead here for the Highliners. Shot over the top and into the net, and it'll fall on the Husky side as it is a 8-3 lead for Valley City. Substitutions being made. It's going to be Bailey LaRue coming in for Valley City. I believe that's Bryn Leck coming in as well. She'll be moving back to serve. Leck serve, pop shot over the top. Wahpeton shuffles it forward quickly. Big spike down the middle, and there's nothing Valley City could do about that. Suffolk was moving in one direction, anticipating the ball going one way. The ball went the other way, and all Valley City could hope is that ball was traveling out, but it stayed in play. So it's been a trading of points after that early 4-0 run by Valley City. This one picked up right in the middle. Outside hit, and that one just a bit outside. It was the right idea by Jovi Borg. There's a bit too much steam on it. And it'll be an 8-5 lead for the Highliners, as this is the first time Wahpeton has taken back-to-back points. Serve picked up by Valley City. Big shot in the middle, and the ball falls, and it looks like that it's going to be a point over to Wahpeton. Don't know if it fell on the Valley City side or if there was contact by the Highliners in the net. Either way, Wahpeton now a couple points away from tying this set up. Spinning shot, contact in the back by Valley City. They'll still manage to shuffle it forward. And a big spike on the outside by Jovi Borg is going to kill the rally. Up that ball keeps getting fed to number 7 on the outside, and Jovi Borg keeps delivering. She's already got herself a couple kills on the day, as this ball is going to have to be retrieved and rolled back. It's always interesting to see after a big kill like that where the ball goes. Borg will be the one moving back to serve. Line drive serve, and that eats up the Wahpeton player. That was Ashley Kaler trying to contain that one, and she had nothing for Jovi Borg. So the junior having herself an impressive day so far. This one, big shot, but travels outside. So it's a 10-7 lead for Valley City. So 10-7 for Valley City here in this first set. Again, it's the best of 5, and it's the first to 25 that wins the set if you do win by 2. Valley City shuffling up to the outside line, so a pop shot over the top. Wahpeton manages to handle it though. Big spike down the middle, diving effort keeps it alive momentarily, but that's all Valley City could do, as there's a lot of runoff room over here on my right-hand side. If you walk into the Valley City Highliner Activity Center, there's a lot of runoff room to that outside. But Valley City just could not get to that ball in time, and they'll get a reprieve right here as Wahpeton sails that one out of play, and so it'll be another 3-point lead for Valley City. So Valley City would love another 4-0 run here just to build some breathing space. This one lobbed over the top on 2. Valley City's got to shuffle it forward, and they do. Bit of discombobulation by both sides. Deep hit coming up for Wahpeton off the top of the wall. Valley City trying to keep it alive, and they hit it over on 1, and it just heads out of play, as again this deficit has been hanging around this 4-2 points for a while, as neither side has really been able to go on another run. This one hit over the top, picked up by Suffolk. Shuffled over to the outside. Bill Vang with a big shot, picked up nicely in the back by Wahpeton. Outside hit, picked up nicely by Borg. Up front, bangs it off the top of the wall, close to the scorer's table. Wahpeton's going to keep this one alive. Borg picks it up. Ball set in the middle for Quilvang. Little lob shot picked up nicely by Wahpeton. Opportunity on the right side. Drop shot over the top. Not the Highliners flat-footed, as Bailey LaRue tried to sky up to get to that one, but had no help from behind. And a good reading of the defense there by Wahpeton. as they are 1 point away from tying it up. Suffolk picks it up in the back. Outside to LaRue. LaRue pop shot over the top. Wahpeton's going to pick it up. Got to hit it a bit flat foot. Valley handles this one easily. Outside they go. Tipped off the top of the wall. Wahpeton's going to hit this one deep. Overhead shot travels far back. Picked up by Borg. Now back outside. Running shot. Again, nicely picked up by Wahpeton. They'll set it up in the middle. Pop shot picked up by Valley City. Got a good rally going on here. Running shot. Picked up again. Both teams trading long shots. This one travels deep. Suffolk gets a good piece of it. Outside hit coming up. Running shot. Didn't get a lot of power on that. Wahpeton will reset it to the outside. Suffolk again stuffs out any opportunity. Outside hit coming up off the top of the wall. And it deflects off the top and heads into the stands. And Katie Koka brings an end to what was a fantastic rally by both sides, as that was a tactical rally. Not a lot of big hits, but it was perfect positioning, and Valley City was finally able to crack through that Wahpeton defense. 12-10 lead here for the Highliners with this serve. That one outside, Suffolk picks it up. Now into the middle, push shot over the top. Wahpeton scrambles back to get to it. Ball set up in the middle, stuffed in the wall, and Philvang smacks that one down as Valley will now take a 13-10 lead, as it is Drew Poltratz as the one serving. She sparked a 4 rally for Valley the first time up, trying to spark another one. Over the top into the wall, quick 2-hit. Valley calling for the 2-hit, but the official's going to say that it was up the Valley wall first. Shoves it up to the outside. Drop shot over the top. Nicely picked up by Valley City. Hit on one. Back by Wahpeton. Suffolk picks it up. Deep hit coming up here by Borg. Borg plays it deep. Wahpeton will have to play it a little deeper as well. Over the top. Picked up nicely by Koka. Koka gets it back on the follow through and smacks it past a diving Amnesia Hasbargen. So a 14-10 lead for Valley City, as Potratz has once again given the Highliners a little bit of breathing room. Potratz serve over the top, picked up easily by Wahpeton. This one right in the middle. Big smack laid right down the middle by Addie Kilvang. And she is laying a beating on the ball in the middle. And a timeout will be called. Timeouts brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehab, back here in 30 seconds here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
When gathering around the table with family and friends or enjoying a quiet meal by yourself, make certain you have the finest cuts of meat from Valley Meat Supply. Quality steaks and pork chops that make every bite a true delight. Valley Meat offers a wide variety to satisfy every taste and budget, including incredible sausage, several varieties of cheese, baked beans, award-winning beef jerky and snack sticks, and a great selection of spices. Valley Meat Supply, your locally owned, locally sourced meat market, located on West Main Street in Valley City.
And we're back here in Valley City, 15-10 lead for the Highliners, as Drew Poltratz has been impressive from the service line. Again, she's not going for power, she's going for placement, but when you have a sturdy wall in front of you, sometimes that's all you need, is just to make sure that your team has an opportunity to play the ball. Wahpeton plays it over on 2. Poltratz lays it to the outside, and I'm not sure what happened there. Hughesby went up for the kill, and she almost was acting like she was faking to somebody else. Might have overran the ball as well, as that'll hand a point right back here to Wahpeton. Suffolk manages to dig it out off the net, and that one just goes out of play. Suffolk had to get down low to try to save the ace. Got hit into the net. Valley City was able to get a touch to it, trying to just pop it up in the air, but playing a ball off the net. Very awkward indeed. And just like that, Wahpeton's managed to put together a 2-point rally of their own. And now I believe a timeout on the floor, as the scoreboard is going to be addressed. I believe was shorting Wahpeton 1 point, as got to have stops and play. And so the scoreboard is at 15-11. I think it should be 15-12, and I think so does the head coach for Wahpeton. Either way, this next serve will be skied. Be 16-11 in favor of Valley City. Katie Koka moving back to serve. She's had a good game on the outside so far. Koka's serve. Deep serve picked up by Wahpeton. Shovel to the outside off the top of the net. Are they saying top of the net or top of the wall? And they are saying off the top of the net, as Valley City will claim the point as that one sailed out of play. 17-11 in favor of Valley City. Lob shot picked up over the top by Wahpeton. Wahpeton doesn't get a good play on it. They'll just have to hit it over on 3. Shuffled forward to Vilvang. Vilvang hits it right into the body of a Wahpeton player. This one outside. Valley manages to handle the drop shot. Outside to Borg. Borg hits a thunderous shot that eats up Kennedy Polda. And so just like that, Valley City 18-11. Koka trying to put together a rally that'll give Valley City their largest lead of the game, or keep building upon their largest lead so far. Koka runs forward, gets a good shot to it with some good spin. Picked up in the back by Wahpeton. Drop shot. Wahpeton just managed to take enough off that one. Jovi Borg was the outside hitter, and it just went off the side of her hand. She tried to throw out a hand, trying to pop it up in the air for her teammate, but just couldn't get anything underneath of it. And so Valley City will have to fall back on defense with a 6-point lead. Borg on the outside. What a shot by Borg as she continues her impressive first set. It's been the front line for Valley City that's been doing a lot of the damage. And one of those members, Vilvang, will move back for the serve. Vilvang, serve easily picked up by Wahpeton's thunderous shot on the outside. And Koka tried to set it, but there was no way she could get underneath that one, as that was an absolutely blistering shot by Leah DeVries. Borg picks it up in the back for Valley City, shuffled forward. Drop shot over the top, beautifully placed by Hughesby. Hughesby came forward and just punched it over the top of the Wahpeton wall. Now Valley City's got themselves a 7-point lead. And moving back will be Bryn Leck. And she is the 8th grader that we talked about a little bit in this game. That one outside, and that one's going to count for a Valley City point, as the return shot could not be contained by Wahpeton. Again, we're talking about getting these young players some experience. And Leck, again, not getting a lot of reps, but she's getting enough to get her feet wet. Leck lays in a good serve. Valley City's handling the one hit. Big shot on the outside. Quick 2-hit by Wahpeton. Now they'll lay it over the top. Borg pops it straight up. Set over to Borg again. Borg handles the stuff, and that one just falls outside. Talked about this in the pregame, is that it is a deceptively quick game volleyball. All of a sudden your big spike comes right back down, and you have to find some way to get anything underneath of it. Borg did just that. Just could not quite keep it in play as it went over the top of the net. Borg gets a revenge on a big outside hit, but can't crack that Wahpeton defense. But it's stuffed straight down. The ball floating towards the net, and LaRue had a great read on that ball as she tipped it straight down. So Valley City now sitting 3 points away from a first set victory. Straight over the top by Borg, and they're going to say it just trickled out of play. So 22-15 lead for Valley City here in the first set. Suffolcool couldn't get good contact to it, as that ball just scooted off the side of her arm and went into the bottom of the net. And we've seen Wahpeton just hung around in this first set. Valley City's trying to stuff any momentum they have. Big hit on the outside off the top of the wall. Quick 2-hit by Wahpeton as they'll shuffle it forward. They go for the punch shot. Can't fool Valley City, but Valley hit it over on 1. Wahpeton will regroup and pop it over on 3. Borg moving it from side to side. Now this one hit over the top. I was not able to get a good hit on those last possessions. Big shot in the middle off the top of the Valley wall. Borg's there. Now in the middle. Tipped over the top. Handled by Wahpeton as they shuffle it to the outside. Drop shot doesn't clear the net. Neither side really looked comfortable in that scenario. Both sides were not able to get great hits to the ball, and it was an inventive idea from Kennedy Polda. She just could not quite tap that ball over the top of the wall as the ball just finessed into the net. Big serve by Suffolk. Ball at the front of the net, now gets shuffled back to the Wahpeton end. Wahpeton will three-hit it over. Ball being set up on the outside. Long hit handled by Wahpeton. Now the Huskies will reset. Nicely picked up in the back line by Valley. They get on the outside, and Kolka just mistimed the jump right there. Kolka got a bit too much on top of that ball. And it'll be a 23-17 lead. And it looks like Valley City will call a timeout. And timeouts brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
Back here at the Highliner Activity Center. It's a 23-17 lead for Valley City. And Rebecca Erickson called for a timeout, trying to make sure and let her team know that all we need here is a stop and a win on offense. And this set is ours. It's going to be Tatum Schroeder heading back as the libero for Wahpeton will be looking to spark a rally, trying to get at least half the points back before Valley City can do anything. Suffolk played a ball maybe she'd like back. Now the ball's going to be hit over on three. Valley didn't get anything on it as they had to play it deep. Big shot in the middle. Wahpeton can't do anything with it. Ball laid up in the middle. Ball away shot. It didn't have a lot of power on it, but Koka's awkward shot forced a diving effort by Schroeder, and Schroeder couldn't get any good contact to it. Valley City now sits 1 point away from a first set win. And well, he couldn't ask for anyone better back to the serve trying to get this point, as Pontratz has kind of had the magic around the serving line so far. This serve clips the top of the net. Schroeder dives to get to it. Wahpeton sets it up in the middle, but sets it right into the wall with the big spike. And so Valley City will take the first set 25-17. And so the first set win for Valley City is exactly the type of start they wanted to get out to. We'll be back here in a minute with our second set here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Every body is different. Some experience injuries, while others need extra support.
I'll help you, Grandma.
At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, your health is what matters most. Our orthopedics and sports medicine team care for you and your unique needs. Their goal is to help you live your best life. Choose Jamestown Regional Medical Center for care of hips, shoulders, knees, and broken bones. Learn more at jrmcnd.com/orthopedics.
And welcome back here to the Highliners Activity Center. Jerry Edwards here with you today. Valley City with the early 1-0 lead here in sets as they took that first set 25-17. The front line of Phil Vang, Joby Ford, as well as kind of the rotating parts of Hughesby, and as well as Bailey LaRue had some very good appearances off the bench. Kind of carried Valley City there, as well as the serving of Drew Pontratz, as starting to see the development going on here, which is what you want to see. Really thing that impressed me for Valley City was they didn't really have any miscommunications out there outside of the one kind of, misplay by Ava Hughesby. She more than made up for with her performance through the rest of that set, and Valley City just did not have really any miscommunications, which is what you want to see. Volleyball, it's a game of communications. In baseball, you always got to call for a pop fly. Say, I got it, I got it. Same thing in volleyball. You kind of got to establish your territory, and so your teammates know where you're at of all time, and they know where you're going to hit the ball or have an idea of where you're going to hit the ball. And for Valley City, they didn't seem to really be caught off guard by any ball placement from one of their teammates. So looking for the communication to stay stout here for Valley City as we begin our second set. Again, the student section for Valley City out in full force today. Again, it looks like it's a tropical theme, Hawaiian shirts and everything like that. During one of the timeouts, well, somebody from the student section was leading the student section in jumping jacks. I don't know if I would have partook in the jumping jacks during the timeout break. You know, the whole reason I'm up here is that I'm not very physically active or physically gifted. But again, it is always nice to see the student section out in support of all the teams. And that's really what you want to see. Having support at the football and the basketball games are nice, but when you can draw a good student section like this for volleyball, it is what you want to see. So it'll be the Huskies serve to begin this second set, as we're having another discussion at the scorer's table. Booking dinner reservations, discussing the weather, maybe discussing substitutions, or discussing the theory of relativity. As we now go to the Wahpeton bench for some more animated discussions. And so the discussions are over, and we're finally ready to begin this second set. And Valley City took the first set 25-17. They took that set in part because they got off to a strong 4-0 start. Now it's Wahpeton looking to get off to a strong start of their own. Chop punched over the top. Now he's going to have to play this one a little deep, as Coca is going to get it over. Big ball in the middle, over the top, and just out of the reach of Ava Hughesby. So Wahpeton with the early 1-0 lead. As it'll be Addie Rugland, the senior setter, doing the serving. That one punched over the top, picked up by Sepulcool. Dropped over on two by Valley City. Ball near the front of the net. It deflected off the top of the net. Bilbing saying that she knocked it down. I saw the elasticity of that net play more of a role than Bilbing's fingertips. But if you can claim it, claim it. So 1-1 tie here early on in this second set. Line drive serve picked up by Wahpeton, close to the net. Big ball in the middle. And it looks like that Valley City might have had too many forward. So point to Wahpeton. That one over the top. Sepulcool picks up the serve again. That one shuffled to the outside for Borg. Borg lays it over the top. Wahpeton playing this a little deeper than they'd like. Sepulcool picks up the line drive. Now outside to Borg. Borg blasted off the side of the wall, and Valley City ties this second set up. So early on, it's a 2-2 tie here in this second set, as Eddie Kvilving will move back to serve as the senior middle blocker has had herself a solid outing so far. That one to the outside, a little deep played by Wahpeton, off the wall, and the wall immediately rules that dead. Be interesting to see if you could play the deflections off this back wall. But unfortunately, as soon as that ball touches the wall, it is dead. Sepulcool hits it over on one, and Wahpeton they almost seemed a little befuddled by the ball going back over on one, as Mackenzie Gilbertson went up trying to tip it, and kind of one of those where she might have thought she had help behind her, but it just went over top of her fingertips, and no one was back to help her get to it. So serve over the top, quick 1-2 punch by Wahpeton as they'll get it over on three. Sepulcool sets it up to the outside. Nice hit by LaRue, but picked up by Wahpeton in the end. Valley handles the Wahpeton retaliation outside to Borg. Borg laces a shot. Into the stands it goes. Nope, saved by the Huskies. Long shot over on three, and Valley City just a little late reacting to that one as the ball got too deep on LaRue to be able to have an effective return hit, and just another point that Valley City feels like that they maybe should have had an opportunity to get. So it's been a tight second set as it's a 4-3 lead for Wahpeton. Borg on the outside, gonna pick up another kill. As it's almost been win in trouble, break glass for Borg. as Borg is racking up the kills early on. So Jovi Borg moving back as some substitutions being made here for the Huskies. 4-4 tie here in the second set. Valley City up 1-0 early on. So Borg moving back. Line drive serve. Almost picked up her second ace. Valley City handles the one hit. Fall away shot picked up in the end by Schroeder. Ball in the middle. Diving effort by Suffolk, but I don't know if she got there in time. Got contact, but I believe the ball hit before she did. Either way, it'll be another 1-point lead for Wahpeton, as it has just been a trade fest back and forth. Neither side been able to pick up consecutive points. Deep hit by Wahpeton, and that'll sail out. That's one of those split decisions you have to make, as you got to call it out. And good communication right there by Suffolk to let her teammate know that ball was heading out. And Suffolk serves just a little too deep. As again, this has been a laboring second set for both teams. Both teams not playing the sharpest, which has resulted in both sides not being able to put any distance between the two. Line drive serve picked up by Borg. Shuffle forward by Valley City on the outside. What a smack by LaRue. LaRue couldn't find any opening though. All away shot picked up by Borg in the back. Outside now. Off the top of the Wahpeton wall. Husky's going to shuffle it to the outside again. Big blast off the top, and it goes off the top of that Valley City wall and out of play. And so Wahpeton has the first 2-point lead of this set. I believe that's Ashlyn Kaler back to serve. Picked up in the middle. Valley City not going to be able to play it at the front of the net, so they'll just chip it over, as this one very close to the sideline, but just heads out. As that second hit, forced kind of an awkward second shot, or third shot by LaRue. And LaRue trying to play it down the line, just could not quite keep it in. And another miss hit by Valley City. Now might be a time for a timeout, and a timeout it shall be, as Rebecca Erickson's going to try to get her team back under control, as it is a 9-5 lead for Wahpeton. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation or needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
And we're back here in Valley City. 9-5 lead for Wahpeton in the second set as they look to even up this game. So Valley City, a couple of hits have just looked a bit unsure, which has allowed Wahpeton to get out to this 4-point lead as they're on a 4-0 run of their own. After the first 5 points were traded between the two sides. Suffolk's there. Now they'll set it up in the middle for Vilbank. Vilbank bangs it into a body but can't find a hole. Ball away shot. Picked up by Borg in the back. Outside now. Line drive down the middle. And Wahpeton has somebody there. This one shuffled to the back. Borg's got it. Now up front. This one's going to carry too long as Coca is, again, they didn't quite get anything on that. Well underneath that one and just skied it out of play. 10-5 lead for Wahpeton. Picked up in the back. Now outside for LaRue. LaRue can't keep it in. I see he's putting a lot of pace on the ball. The problem is not getting enough on top of the ball. They're hidden underneath a bit, which this is carrying that ball out of play. It's a 6-0 run here by Wahpeton. Now to the outside. Line drive down the line, picked up by the Huskies. They'll hit it deep on the third. Valley City playing it towards the front. Vilbank looking to place it in the corner. Nicely picked up by Wahpeton. They'll play it deep in their own end again. Ball shuffled to the front. Drop shot over the top, close to the net, poked over the top. It's a quick 2. Over the top by Wahpeton. Valley City will look to respawn on the outside. LaRue drills it down the line, and finally the run is busted up. So it was a 6-0 run, and Valley City will look to counteract with their own fire starter and Drew Potratz. So Potratz was the one tasked with closing out the first set. She was the one tasked with starting off the first as well with that 4-0 run, and she'd love nothing more than put up a 4 or 5-0 run here for Valley City. Ball on the outside, poke shot, handled nicely by Wahpeton. Spinning shot goes out of play, and they're going to say just out of play, so Valley City will keep possession of the ball. So Coca in that outside hitter role, trying to get into a rhythm, and this one's going to be over the top, and Potratz, the senior setter, just skied that one. So far the difference in this set is that 5-0 run, or excuse me, the 6-0 run here by Wahpeton. That one into the middle. That one at the front of the net, and Valley City just could not get the read on that one. That one spun on the Wahpeton side, and at the very last moment curved into the Valley City end. Bilbang went down to one knee trying to scoop it out, but it just went off the front of her fist. 13-7 lead for the Huskies. Bilbang gets it in the front, bangs it off the top of the wall, but it hangs up there for Schroeder. Ball shuffled towards the front for Wahpeton. Off the top of that Valley City wall, Suffolcool plays it over for Coca. Coca forces a diving effort by Wahpeton, and Wahpeton gets underneath their third shot as it carries well out of play. And so it'll be Katie Coca heading back to serve. He gets a big run up with this serve, about 3 to 4 steps forward, and pounds it over the top. Wahpeton plays it on the outside. Valley City stuffs it down, but not able to get that, not able to put it away. That ball comes to the front, poked over the top by Hughesby. Wahpeton sends it over. Suffolcool's got it in the back. Outside to Hughesby. Hughesby has it stuffed in the front. Valley City gets it over, and they're going to call the 4-hit on Valley City. They're going to say the ball went off the top of the net and never made contact with that Wahpeton wall to force the 4-hit. 14-8 in favor of the Huskies. Line drive serve picked up by Borg. Now in the middle, Bilbang. Bilbang wastes no time in getting the point back. And she was matched up one-on-one in the middle. And she just ate up Anisha Hasberg in there. And she just hit it right off the side of her palm. And now we're waiting for the substitution, as again we got ourselves another pause at the scorer's table discussing the substitution. And we're discussing the substitution, perhaps some dinner reservations, Powerball numbers perhaps. And the substitution proved. And so Eddie Bilbang, the senior, trying to spark a Valley City rally. They're down 6 here in the second set. And we're finally ready to resume play. Bilbang just saunters forward and gives it a good whack on the outside, and Potratz stuck out an arm, and maybe would have liked to not have that one get to her arm, as Bilbang was in the back, but just took a deflection away from Bilbang, as now it is a 7-point lead for Wahpeton. And Valley will get the ball back as that one doesn't clear the net. And for as inconsistent Valley has played in the second set. They're still very much within this contest. As again, they just need a run of their own, but they just can't seem to spark one as they're in a funk, as Brendan Leck's shot can't clear the net, and it's a trading of service errors. 17-10 for Wahpeton in this second set. And that serve carries out of play, so we have not had a ball in play in the past few serves from either side, as a pair of service faults and one serve that carried all the way out of play. Jovi Borg back to serve Running shot, handled by Wahpeton, very close to the front of the net, and they'll get it over on 3. Suffolk. Nice setup as this one will bang off the top of that Wahpeton wall, and it'll be a kill for Hadley Thorson, another senior on this Highliner team. So Valley City pulls within 5. Borg lays in a good serve. Nicely picked up by Schroeder. Shelf to the front. Lob shot and diving effort made by Valley City's Bernalek, but she couldn't get anything underneath of it. And there'll be an 18-12 lead for Wahpeton. Valley City just can't seem to get that run that they got in that first set. And again, the difference in this set so far has been that 6-0 run. Suffolk lays it to the outside. All picked up by Wahpeton off the third hit. In the middle, Leck gets to it. Borg manages to shuffle it over in the middle for Thorson. Big ball in the middle. Nicely picked up by Borg. Outside now to Coker. Coker just missed time to jump, got underneath of it, and just spiked it straight into the ground on the Valley City side. So Kennedy Polna back for her second serve. Over the top, picked up by Valley City, outside to Coca. Coca can't find a hole in the defense, so this one's going to be laid to the outside, off the top of the Valley City wall. Third hit coming up to Coca. Coca lays it down, ball pushed towards the front of the net, and finally Suffolk unable to get to it. Her momentum was carrying her to the right. It was a beautifully placed drop shot over to the left. Suffolk went down to one knee trying to stick out an arm to get to it, but everything that went wrong for Wahpeton in that first set has gone their way here in the second set. Suffolk handles the initial hit as the ball is hit over on 1. Valley City has an opportunity to keep it alive as scramble drill. Yes, Valley City gets it over. This one laid over to Suffolk in the back. Over to deep for Borg, and Borg got underneath of it and just gets it out of play. It's just been kind of in between timing for Valley City with these hits. That one's going to carry out of place. Valley City's going to get the ball back. In situations like this where you know the other side only needs 4 hits or 4 points to close this out, you can't think about getting all your points back at once. Valley City's just kind of got to go on a couple mini runs while holding any Wahpeton progress to 1 point at a time. In the middle for Philvang, who bangs it off the wall. And Philvang, he's been having a solid second set. So Valley pulls within 7, 21-14. Line drive served by Suffolk had some juice on it, picked up by Wahpeton. They'll play it deep in their own end. Off the top of that Valley City wall, and it just goes on to their side. Those were heading straight down to the Wahpeton side before. Now they're just laying lazily into the back line of Valley City. And a timeout call. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
And back here in Valley City after the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation timeout. 22-14 lead here for Wahpeton. And it's a race to 25 here. Valley City does have a set in the bank, but Wahpeton only 3 points away from tying this game up at a set apiece. No serve coming up here for Addison Gurdon. Or excuse me, that I believe is Ashlyn Kaler. It's the trouble with trying to read dark purple numbers on a black background. Valley City handles the serve. Drop shot over the top, nicely placed by Bailey LaRue. LaRue, another body that Valley City brings off the bench, but She has impressed me so far in her time off the bench. And Valley City, good play in the middle. This one over the top, handled by Wahpeton. Over the top, Valley City's Wall handles the retaliation first. Suffolk not able to handle the retaliatory strike, as it was an ambush on two. And Wahpeton just playing very well here in this second set. There's no bit of luck to it. There's no kind of fluke thing that's gone their way. It has just been a complete reversal of how Wahpeton played in that first set. Ball in the middle outside to Koka. Koka lays a nice shot on the outside. And so for Valley City, they know that if and when they hand the ball back over to Wahpeton, it'll be for set point. So for Valley City, they'd like to go on here. Well, probably they'd like to get it to at least 20 to give themselves an opportunity if they have to hand the ball back. Outside opportunity for Wahpeton. That'll be skied out of play. 17-23. Valley City down by 6. So back serving is Katie Koka. Koka back to serve. This one handled nicely by Wahpeton. They'll play to the front of the net. In the middle, nicely handled in the middle by Bilvang. Five-point deficit for Valley City. Koka back to serve. Over the top, handled by Wahpeton, very close to the front of the net. They're going to have to hit flat-footed on this one. Suffolk back to handle it. Ball shuffled to the outside over the Borg. Borg lays a nice shot. Might have been tipped by the wall, but Wahpeton handles it nicely. Into the net it goes, and the question is, whose point does it belong to? And they're going to say it's off Valley City. And so we are on set point. So Valley City needs to find a way to get 6 points before Wahpeton gets 1. It'll have to be one defensive stop and a 5-0 run on their set. Suffolk picks out the serve. Now outside to Borg. Borg with the punch shot. She'll get the stop as Valley City needs 5. Once they get it to 24, they can afford to hand a point back to Wahpeton, as Wahpeton will have to win this set by 2. Up first, Valley will need 5 points. Bilvang back to serve, picked up in the back by Schroeder. Shuffle to the outside, awkward hit, and that one went around the pole on Covenant. And that's going to be a point to Valley City. If you see the poles at the top of the net, they're not just there for style. They're there to tell the judges whether or not the ball goes over the net or around the net. That shot went around the net, giving the point to Valley City. Bilvang and just lobs it over the top, going for the placement. This one off the top of the Valley City wall, close to the net. Wahpeton will pick it up, flat foot shot coming over. They just push it over on 3. Bilvang lays it in the middle. Thorson gets underneath it and sends it out of play, and this set will end 20-25 in favor of Wahpeton. So we go to the third set with the game tied up at 1 apiece. Back here in a minute here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Ivy Real Estate Group, your locally owned real estate brokerage, is cheering for the home team. Listen to KOVC for the Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game following every Valley City Highliner and VCSU Vikings game.
Why choose professional eye care centers? Let me count the whys. First, there are now 4 great doctors to see. Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangula, and now welcoming Dr. Bond. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, and Edgeley. And finally, their fantastic frame selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Back here in the Highliner Activity Center, over on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard, it's going to be a 1-1 game. Valley City took the first set 25-17. Wahpeton took this second set 25-20. And the difference in that set was that 1 6-0 run that got away from Valley City. There was some in-between hits, some mistiming of the ball, and Valley City was never really able to get themselves out of that deficit, as Wahpeton just kind of kept the deficit as was. It was a trade fest outside of that one rally. We talked about this in that pregame show is that volleyball, much like basketball, is a game of runs. Once you get that run, and once you establish that kind of 5 to 6 point cushion, all you got to do is trade points back and forth till the end, and you'll be walking out on top. So for Valley City, it'll be their serve to start out. So for Valley City, they'll be looking to take command in this game. And the one thing you'll be looking for to improve upon is the timing on the outside hits. It was a little inconsistent, both jumping a little too soon, which results in getting underneath the ball and hitting it out, and also a little too late, which results in you kind of getting on top of the ball, or getting kind of on top of the ball and hitting it straight down. So Valley City, and it just comes down to timing. It comes down to execution. They didn't sweep Devils Lake. It was a 3-1 game, so they had to rally after giving up a 7-4. We'll see how they rally now here in their home opener. It'll be Drew Potratz looking to spark another Valley City run. Again, a big reason Valley City won that first set was that 4-0 run that she got them off to. Valley City ended up taking that first set by about 8 points. Again, easier to play loose when you have that early lead. Potratz serve travels deep. Wahpeton will pick it up onto the outside, up top the Valley City wall. Toka's there. Now up front to Pilvang. Pilvang pushes it deep, and it's the finesse by the senior. As she faked for the spike and then just pushed it over the top and right into the coffin corner, as Valley City will take a 1-0 lead. So tie game here in this third set between Valley City and Wahpeton. They serve over the top by Potratz. Big ball in the middle. Valley City stuffed it, but they stuffed it on their own side. Just enough space between the net and the ball to allow the ball just to trickle down. And so it's going to be Wahpeton making a substitution as they'll get their first serve of this third set. Straight line serve picked up by Borg. Valley played it a little too close to the neck. Vilvang hits it a bit flat-footed to the outside for Wahpeton. They hit it off the top of the net. That should be a 4-hit, and it is. Ball hit off the top of the net, deflected back over to the Wahpeton side. Wahpeton proceeded to hit it over on one, but the 4-hit is called, and Valley City will get a serve. Toka back to serve, runs forward. It's it. There's some side spin to it. This one set a bit deep and Wahpeton in. Tried to be put down by Pilvig, but just couldn't do it. And this one placed nicely in the back end of the Valley City defense. A diving effort by Suffolk in vain as she got the front of her fist to it, but couldn't get anything underneath of it. And it's a 2-2 tie here in this third set. Wahpeton serve, travels deep. Suffolk able to contain it over to Borg on the outside. Borg gets a line drive. Ball dangerously close to the spectators. Diving effort made in vain by Addie Rugland as the senior setter tried to get underneath of it, but trying to manage the distance between her and the crowd and also trying to flick the ball up in the air. Just couldn't quite get anything underneath of it. Vilvang serves going to go into the net. And like the second set, it's just a trade fest here early on. Tatum Schroeder, the libero, moving back to serve here for Wahpeton. This one over the top, picked up. Honestly, tried to hit it over on two, but it just carried into the net. Maybe that was Potratz. She had the right idea, just did not quite have the execution. 4-3 lead for Wahpeton. Outside now. This one blasted into the wall, and it splits the wall as Hughesby will tie the game up at 4. Well, Kinley Suffolk looked like she was heading back to serve, but now it'll fall onto the arm of Bryn Leck. Big serve. Picked up, and miscommunication for Wahpeton. As she had 3 players all looking at the ball. One of them couldn't get to it because they had laid the touch, and the other 2, well, they were busy saying, you got it, no, you got it. By the time someone realized someone eventually had to get it, the ball fell to the floor. 5-4 lead here for Valley City. Wahpeton shuffles the serve forward. Picked up nicely in the back line by Coca. Outside for Borg. Borg lays on a thunderous shot, but Wahpeton picks it up. Down the line. Picked up here. Now they'll shuffle to the side for Borg. Borg goes for the punch shot, and the placement was perfect. Jovi Borg set that up with her previous shot. She went for the big spike the last time. That time just a little punch shot over the top of the wall. And it's a 6-4 lead for the Highliners here in this third set. On to the outside for Wahpeton, off the top of that Valley City wall. And Thorson and Borg were the ones in that wall, and it just kind of caught them on the way down. So ball was tipped up into the air, and the front line for Valley City had the right idea. Again, just not quite the execution. Ball over the top here. Valley City handles the serve outside to Borg. Borg lays on a good kill as she has had a phenomenal game so far from that left side. 7-5 lead for Valley City. Suffolk holding the ball, saying, well, someone's got to serve, and Jovi Borg will head back. Borg lays one over the top. Picked up by Wahpeton. They'll play close to the net. Line drive down, and Borg, I don't know if she whiffed on it or whether she was hoping the ball would head out of play. It might have been a combination of both. So it is another point here for Wahpeton as the deficit again back down to 1. Ball over the top. That one's going to carry out of play as that one had a bit too much sauce on it. Valley City will reestablish a 2-point lead. Suffolk back to serve, 2 steps forward, a line drive, scooped out low by Wahpeton. They'll play it over on 2. Bilvang, again, the wise veteran, places it over the top. Diving effort made by Tatum Schroeder. Just couldn't get to it, and Schroeder has played phenomenally in the back line for Wahpeton. Yes, liberos for both sides have been busy. Pop shot over the top, Schroeder down to get to it. That one over the top, Suffolk. Ooh, she pulled back at just the right moment to let it escape for a point, as the bench and all 5 of her teammates were saying, let it go. And at the end, Suffolk pulled her arms away to let it go for a point. Suffolk hits a good serve, and she'll pick up the ace. And just like that, Valley City's established a 5-point lead here in this third set. So Suffolk has kind of had an up and down day so far. This is what you want. You want your seniors, and especially you want your libero to start gaining some confidence, and this could be a confidence builder for Suffolk. Big spike right down the line. Suffolk lets it go by. Sometimes it's the plays you don't make that are the ones that are the most impactful. As a timeout will be called. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
And more antics from the student section as we have 4 of them engaging in a miming of doing some barbelling with a smuggled in pool noodle. The 3 were having fun. One was doing the bench press. She had 2 spotters, but unfortunately one of them had to be the bench. So after the fun and games, we are set to get back to volleyball. 12-6 lead for the Highliners here in this third set. As Kinley Suffolk serving has sparked a bit of a rally. This serve will carry deep, picked up by Wahpeton. A little late getting to it at the front of the net. They'll have a flat foot hit on 3. Suffolk picks it up nicely in the middle. Drop shot over the top. Wahpeton's going to shuffle it back before shuffling it forward. Played close to the front of the net. Borg gets it. Outside now to Coca. Coca gets stuffed. She gets it back over on 1. Wahpeton's going to regroup for an outside shot. Down the line. Borg gets to it. Ball set up now to Coca. Coca just throws it over the top. Outside for Wahpeton. Valley City now looking to get it over. Played over by Suffolk. Both sides haven't been able to generate a great scoring chance opportunity so far. And Wahpeton hits a flat-footed shot that carries out of play. Suffolk's getting a lot better reads of that ball, and she's letting them carry out of play. Now we're having a discussion going on here, lead by Rugland with one of the line judges. 13-6 lead for Valley City. Suffolk, a little pop shot over the top, handled by Wahpeton. They'll move it towards the outside for a hit. Ball close to the student section. Borg gets to it, and well, if Borg was able to generate a little bit of contact, and now you have Borg saying that she ran into the official. And so Borg's going to talk to the line judge, and I think Borg saying that she had to go around the official. I don't believe there's officials interference that gives a point to the other side. And the judge can't move from her corner. So I believe all this posturing may be in vain. Oh, now we're having a discussion. So maybe Borg might be about to argue her way into either a point or a redo. Well, if Borg is on the debate team, she might have just proven her merit. That ball went right over the top of the corner judge. Borg had to go around her to get to it. So Borg's arguing for a replaying of the point. And Valley City is going to get a replay of the point. So Borg went from irate to calm to persuasive in no time flat. So it is going to be a redo here for Valley City, as Kinley Suffolk will head back to serve again. Now we're having a discussion here at the scorer's table. Ooh, and the head coach for Wahpeton is certainly not happy about the decision. Dominique Richels pleading her case. Valley City, with the art of persuasion, has gotten a redo here. Wahpeton hits it right into the net. Valley City will respond. Outside for LaRue. LaRue off the bench and on the board. And Bailey LaRue, the junior, will force another timeout here. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
And so on this edition of Timeout Theater, the student section mimed a roller coaster. Watching that, I'm reminded of my days in high school back when I had that much energy. I miss having that much energy. But again, nice to see the student section out in full force for the volleyball game. And you'll expect to see the student section back out in full force for the football game tomorrow, as the Highliners will be taking on Watford City. 14-6 lead here. So Kinley Suffolk has sparked the rally with her serving, as Valley City has created 8 points of separation. So Suffolk looking towards the line judge, ready for the signal. And we are underway. Suffolk serve. Travels deep into the Wahpeton zone. They're not going to get a great hit on this. Hit goes right into the wall. It goes over on one on both sides. Wahpeton scrambling to get to it. They'll lay it over the top. Suffolk's got the first hit. Lay it into the middle, outside for Coca. Coca just lays it over the top. Could be a good opportunity for the Huskies. They'll lay it over the top, but can't quite get it over the top, as they pushed it a bit too far off to the side there. were trying to drop it over the top of the Valley City wall, but it had too much lateral movement, not enough vertical movement over the top. Suffolk is going to go tie her shoe as she heads back. Valley City on a monstrous run right now. Suffolk's line drive serve eats up Wahpeton, and she'll pick up another ace, her second of this run. You just see it in the body language of Suffolk. As more and more confidence starting to flow through the libero for Valley City. 10-point lead for the Highliners here in this third set. Even up at 1 set apiece. Push deep, Suffolk handles the Wahpeton retaliation. Outside now for LaRue. LaRue just got a bit too far underneath of it, and the run finally busted up. But Valley City now with a 9-point lead. And LaRue's one of those players that you just look at and you see why she's the first name off the bench for Valley City. She is a spark for this Valley City team. This one laid over to LaRue on the outside, blasted off the top of the wall. Wahpeton able to shuffle it forward for a response. That one travels deep and out of play. Borg pulled the hands back as it goes into the student section. And the ball popped out of the student section as Drew Potratz will head off the bench and onto the floor for a serve. I believe Hughesby checking into the game now. 17-7 lead for Valley City here in this third set. Again, we're tied up at 1 set apiece. And more discussions on some substitutions. Perhaps one that has been made or one that could perhaps be in the works. Potratz serve travels over the top easily. Wahpeton not going to get a whole lot of power on this third hit. Suffolk back to handle it. Ball laid in the middle. Big blast, and it gets swallowed up by that Wahpeton wall. Ball went over to Hughesby, but Hughesby just couldn't quite pop it up into the air as it was a quick 1-2 by Valley City, and there was no chance for a third hit. Eddie Rugland moving back to serve. Rugland's serve travels over the top. Handled by Borg. Now to the outside for Coca. Coca. Awkward shot. Eats up Wahpeton. Valley City's going to play it over on one. And Wahpeton making contact with the net. And Valley City's going to get handed a freebie. Now it looks like you got LaRue on the outside with a towel saying if there's a spot that needed to be wiped up. But looks like that there was none to be taken care of. Focus serve, handled in the middle by Wahpeton. Ball tipped off the top of the wall. Laid back in the outside here for Borg. Borg hits a shot. If it hit off a Wahpeton player, it'll be a Valley City point, and it clipped off the top of the wall. And so Borg continues her impressive day on that outside. Borg has been doing damage from that left outside hitter position. 19-8 lead for Valley City here in this third set. It's been a commanding response here from the Highliners as they look to pull 2-1 in front. This one, a miss hit in the net for the Huskies. Again, the performance between Wahpeton's first and now third set to what they were able to do in that second set is night and day. Valley City, line drive serve down the middle. This one travels deep. Suffolk able to handle it. Push shot over on two for the Highliners. Wahpeton plays it to the outside. Ball off the top of the wall. Borg able to get to it. Ball very close to the net. Valley City does a good job to pop it up. Valley City will push it over on three, but an outside opportunity coming up for Wahpeton as it's a perfect drop shot. Diving effort made by Potratz to try to get to it, but just couldn't quite pop it up. Good technical battle on both sides that time around. The Addison Gurdon moving back for the serve. Gurdon's shot picked up by Borg. Popped in the middle. Big shot coming up here by Kvilving, but can't quite find a hole in the defense. Long shot. Suffolk is going to let it travel out of play. As it was the combination of Potratz and then Suffolk recognizing the ball was traveling a bit too much to the outside, and Valley City will let that one travel out for their 21st point. So back to serve will be Annie Kvilving. Kvilving's long serve handled by Schroeder, but Schroeder couldn't get good contact to it as she sent it deep into her own end, and no one for Wahpeton was able to get to it. So Valley City now sitting 3 points away from a 2-1 set lead. The response here from Valley City in this third set has been stellar so far, looking to close out these last 3 points. Milvang with the second hit sets it up for Borg. Borg hit it off the top of the net, and yep, there's the 4 hit that gets called. Kind of like one of those where Valley City didn't waste time in setting up for a second possession, but I think deep down they knew that they were probably waiting for that whistle in the back of their mind for the 4 hit, and it eventually came. Soft serve picked up by the Highliners. Outside now. Thorson hits it off the wall, and the ricochet will carry out of play, and Valley City now sits 2 points away. And so coming into the game now will be LaRue. As now Bryn Leck coming in. So Leck and LaRue into the game. Leck moves back to serve. Deep serve picked up by the Huskies. Big shot on the outside off the top of that Valley City wall. Suffolk back with the first hit as the ball gets shuffled towards the middle. And for the rare times today, Jovi Borg with the miss hit. Trying to play it a little bit more in the corner, but played it a bit too much to the side as that one carries out of play. So for Wahpeton in this scenario, you need about an 8-point run, and you need it now. And the run will not come this time, so Valley City 1 point away from taking this third set. So Valley City needs 1 point, and the Huskies will need 13. That one travels deep, picked up by Schroeder. And now we'll have a whistle here. And it's going to be too many forward, or perhaps a double hit. And, yep, more discontent from the Husky sideline. And Valley City, as of right now, has the 25-11 win in this third set. Oh, and we got ourselves a yellow card. So a warning has been issued. So a tumultuous third set. Valley City has a 2-1 lead. We'll be back here with the fourth set after this quick break. Keep it right here on 1490 AM and 96.3 KOVC.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right. Lever's Foods.
This week at Lever's Foods, enjoy Labor Day savings on Yoplait yogurt, original, light, or whips, 10 for $6. And local bicolor sweet corn, 6 for just $3. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. And remember to observe caution in their parking lot while under construction. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Welcome back here to the Highliner Activity Center. Jerry Edwards back here with you on 1490 AM, 96.3 FM KOVC. Valley City with the 2-1 lead. As we go to set number 4, it's been a tale of 3 sets for Valley City. And the first set, a very good start for Valley City, helped carry them to a 25-17 lead. In the second set, they just couldn't get anything going. Every time they would get a 2 or 3 point rally, well, it would be Wahpeton coming back and just stifle the damage and then pretty much get back all the points they lost. In that third set, it started out as a trade fest early on. Neither side being able to put away from each other. Then it was the serving of Kinley Southpool, picking up a couple of aces, but doing the important thing, and that's getting the ball over the net. So Valley City has a 2-1 lead, and I'm going to be very intrigued with how this set starts. Because past 2 sets, it's been a trade fest, back and forth. Valley City in that first set, they got that 4-0 start, then turned it into a trade fest, and then eventually won the set by 8. So for Valley City, you'd like to see that run come early. You'd like to see it start over here with this first serve. And it'll be interesting to see how does Wahpeton respond. because Wahpeton's bench was irked in that last set, to put it nicely. It all kind of started when Joby Borg was calling for a redo of a point because of contact she made with the corner judge. The redo was given, and Valley City never really looked back from that point. And then you had a double hit violation, I believe, called on Wahpeton in that last set to close out that last set. So a couple of 50-50 calls go in the favor of Valley City. And now this can go one or two ways. You can believe the odds are against you, the world's against you, and it can drive you to a great response, or it can lead you to trying too hard and making mistakes that you normally wouldn't. We'll see which one it is. The serve is underway, and so is this third set. Valley City scramble drills to get it over on three, as Wahpeton will shuffle it over for a big hit on the outside, and it'll be a double hit again called on the Huskies. And Dominique Richels, the head coach for Wahpeton, again, just folding her arms, looking in disbelief, as there's certainly a conversation going on with one of her assistants. And that one will be skied out of play, as a little too much sauce on that one for the Highliners. And this set will start off like the previous two with a 1-1 tie. Wahpeton serve picked up by Suffolk in the middle. That one shuffled forward here. Obviously didn't get a lot on that one. Outside retaliation coming up. This one down the line and can't quite hug the line, and it'll be a point for Valley City. Substitutions being made here for Wahpeton. As back to serve will be Eddie Philvang. Philvang's had a big day in front of the net. Philvang's line drive serve can't get it over the top of the net. And 2-2 to start off this third set. And so, the last three sets have started eerily similar with the trading of points. Outside now for Borg. Borg flips it off the top of the net, but doesn't flip it off the top of the wall, and that one will carry out of play. 3-2 lead here for Wahpeton. The deciding factor in each one of those previous two sets was the run that came about halfway through. Right at about the 6th to 7th point is when the run happened. Wahpeton lays on a shot that's going to carry out of play. So I've noticed this, the deeper Wahpeton has to play the ball in their own end, they have not been able to control their deep hits and have carried a lot of them out of bounds. And part of it's recognition by Valley City to let those shots go, but Valley City hasn't really been challenged on some of these either. This one pushed forward, not a great two-hit by Wahpeton, but they'll get it over on three. Outside for Borg. Borg has that one stuffed straight down, but is on the Wahpeton side as it'll trickle under the net. And Valley City with their first lead here of this third set, as they now lead 4-3. Bryn Luck moved into the game to serve, and again, she's the 8th grader, the youngest player on this Valley City varsity roster. Popped into the air for Wahpeton. Outside they go. Punch shot. And Suffolk with a rare miss-hit. Just had it roll off the top of her fingers and out of play. Trying to knock it forward and just had the ball roll off the top of her fingertips and carried out of play, as no Highliner was within a good 5 feet of that one. Ball shuffled in the middle here for Valley City. Borg lays on a thick shot to Schroeder, who eats it up, and Wahpeton plays it deep in their own end. Suffolk's got it. Now up front, outside to Borg. Borg blasted off the wall. Did it carry out? Yes, it did, and Valley City will get the point. 5-4 lead for Valley City, as Borg, who's in contention for our Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game, moves back to serve. There are many names that could be added to that list. That one off the top of the Valley City wall. Valley City shuffling, trying to keep it forward. It was a good effort by Bryn Leck. She just was good enough to make contact with it, trying to pop it up into the air. Suffolk was given pursuit, but a bit too far out in front. So this is when the run has happened. Around this 5th to 8th point is when the separation has occurred. We're just wondering when is it going to occur? Vilvang checks back in, so it's going to be Vilvang, it's going to be Coca, and it's going to be Bailey LaRue in the middle for Valley City. All in the middle, laid over the top. Good diving effort there. My luck to pop it up. Wahpeton, flat-footed response. Suffolk's got it deep. Leck lays it outside for Coca. Coca's shot, a fraction too strong. It was the perfect shot, but just had a bit too much steam. It split the defense right where you wanted to. Had just a fraction too much carry to it. It was a very confident shot taken. Just had a bit too much steam to it. Valley City's going to misplay this one. It was a mishit, then a far set, and LaRue just never quite got herself in position to be able to carry that one over. So the lead now transfers back over to Wahpeton as they now lead 7-6 in this third set. Ball to the outside for LaRue. LaRue bangs it off the top. Did it go off the wall or off the net? They're going to say off the wall. Valley City's going to get a chance to respond. Wahpeton able to handle the response. Pushed over the top. Lex there. Now on the outside to Coca. Coca goes for the push shot, handled by the Huskies. In the middle they go. Drop shot. Valley City's going to scramble. They're going to get it over on three. Wahpeton looking to formulate a response. To the outside they go. Corner strike. Carries over. And it'll be a 7-7 tie here in what has been a back and forth third set. So Valley City, Drew Potratz at times, especially in that first set, was their ace in the hole. She's hoping, and coach Rebecca Erickson hoping she can spark a rally. This one picked up by Schroeder in the back line. Wahpeton goes for the push shot. It's a quick two-hit, quick three-hit, and Valley City with a great stuff in the middle, and now, ooh, bit of contact there. Vilvang and looks like that Hughesby and as well as Cook were going for a celebration, and Vilvang looks like she got popped in the nose. No blood, which is good. Only minor chuckling from everybody as everyone is now okay. Soft serve over the top, picked up by Wahpeton. To the outside they go, stuffed by the wall, heads off the top of the wall, and Wahpeton scrambles to get it over on three. Big ball in the middle of Vilvang off the top of the wall. Wahpeton's going to regroup. Reset to the outside, fall away shot, and it just rolls onto the Valley City side. The wall got up in time, but instead of going straight down, might have caught the cup right underneath your hand and just rolled off to the side as Valley City was not able to dig that ball out of their own end. Suffolk played a ball. People were screaming out, but she made the decision to play it anyway, and Wahpeton's going to stuff a flat-footed response from Jovi Borg. And so the lead has been traded back and forth here in this fourth set as neither side's been able to create more than a point or two of separation. 9-8 lead here for Wahpeton. Vilvang in the middle. Blast one. 9-9. Both sides asking, oh run, where art thou? Coca moving back to serve. Coca hits a serve. Wahpeton formulating a response. They play deep in their own end. In the middle now for Borg. Borg goes for the drop shot, and the placement was picture perfect. As Borg continues her strong game from that left outside hitter position. 10-9 lead for Valley City here in this fourth set. They lead 2-1 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Wahpeton, big strike on the outside. Suffolk digs it out. Ball being shuffled forward. Borg with a deep hit inside her own end, and that one's going to carry into the Wahpeton bench. And Borg played that one from probably about, I'd say, 10 to 8 feet in front of the net and got a lot on that ate up the defender in front of it. Line drive. Wahpeton hits it over on one, but Valley City wasn't ready for the one hit as Coca just misread that one a little bit. She thought that was going to hang up enough for Borg to be able to get to it in front, but, well, Borg thought that Coca was coming in to get to it, and by the time the mistake was realized, the ball had fallen to the floor. And that's what we talked about, volleyball being a deceptively fast game. One moment you hit a blasting serve that eats up your opposition, and the next that just pop-up response falls to the floor for a free point. Milvang on the outside, not able to get it by Schroeder. Ball reset to the outside for Wahpeton off the top of the Valley City wall, and Valley City can't get a second hit to it. And we'll have ourselves an 11-11 tie in this fourth set. Again, Valley City has 2 sets to 1, but would really like to not have to go to that final set where it'll be a race to 15. Valley City big blast down the line by Borg, not able to get it through the Wahpeton defense. Laid over the top. And the outside now for Borg, and Borg carries it too much, and Wahpeton will take control. 12-11 for Wahpeton in this fourth set. The main difference for Wahpeton in what has turned out to be a even set renaissance for the Huskies is their play off the big hits for Valley City. They'll pop it over on 3. Valley City will look to muster a response. Outside for Borg, but near their own line, is able to get it over to the net off the top of the wall, and there'll be a 2-point lead here for Wahpeton. So Wahpeton creates their first bit of breathing room of this third set. And could perhaps the run be coming up for Wahpeton as they look to try to even up this game at 2 sets apiece. Line drive over the top, Suffolk's got it. To the outside for Borg. Borg blasted off the top of the wall, but Valley City doesn't even get a chance to see if they were going to get called for the forehit as it gets around, and a timeout will be called by head coach Rebecca Erickson. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
And we're back here in Valley City at the Highliner Activity Center. 14-11 lead here for Wahpeton in this fourth set. Valley City does have a 2 sets to 1 lead, but Valley City has dominated the odd sets. It's been Wahpeton so far that has dominated the even sets. Valley City looking to muster a response. Wahpeton looking to spark a run. Line drive serve picked up by Borg, as this one's going to be shuffled to the front. Borg runs and drops it over the top. Wahpeton pushes it over on 2. Suffolk going to try to lace it forward. Borg, flat foot shot, not able to generate a lot of power. Big ball in the middle for Wahpeton. And they're going to say that it is a carry by Valley City. So 15-11. As Valley City trying to avoid giving up too much ground here. Valley City with the awkward 2 hit. They're able to push it over on 3 with Borg. Outside for Wahpeton, and Suffolk not able to get to it. And there's the run Wahpeton has desperately needed, as it is now a 16-11 margin for Wahpeton. So whoever served first really has dictated these sets so far. Why? I do not know. But it appears that Valley City just cannot get out to a good start unless they are the ones in control of the start of the set. At least that is the case in this game so far. Wahpeton hits a shot down the line, and Valley City's not there. And again, it is a Jekyll and Hyde performance. The misplacement of bodies and the mistiming of hits and the service errors that were present for Wahpeton in that third set are no longer there in this fourth. Valley City hits it over on 1, and that one's going to hit the line. Up top playing a bit too far forward, and the one-hit spike was all Wahpeton needed. As it looks more and more likely it'll be a 15-point shootout in the 5th and final set. Suffolk able to handle the first hit. And that one clips the line. And Ford finally brings an end to what was a momentous rally by Wahpeton. At least a 7-8 nothing run for the Huskies. So Valley City looking to spark a run of their own. Kvillvang serve. Picked up easily by Wahpeton. Laying up front off the top of the Valley City wall. They'll shuffle it over on 2. Ball to the outside. Fall away shot. Carried just a bit too far. And Valley City will breathe a sigh of relief as they pull within 5. Kvillvang moves back to serve. Picked up by Wahpeton. They'll shuffle it over to the outside. Big shot coming up. Kvillvang's there. Valley City trying to save it in their own bench, but it was over the chairs. And again, Valley City just, for whatever reason, in these even sets, I should say, whether it's been the second or the fourth set, they just cannot spark more than a 2 to 3 point rally. Wahpeton has been stymied enough on both offense and defense to just keep the deficit always in their favor. And it's going to be a point now to Wahpeton, as you're going to say, grazed off the top of the Valley City wall. And there's no argument from Valley City, so 20-13 in favor of Wahpeton. Again, if we go to a 5th set, it'll be a 15-point shootout. This one over the top, and that'll carry out play. And so, Valley City will pull Bryn Leck from the bench to try to spark a rally. Leck, jumping serve, places it over in the middle. Wahpeton doesn't get a good first hit to it, and they'll hit it off the top of the net. And Valley City now pulls within 5 again. This has kind of been the wall they've hit over these past few opportunities. You got to find a way to break through this 5 to 6 point wall. Start making this a 2 to 3 point ball game. All laid over the top here. Big serve picked up here by Valley City on the outside. Valley City rushes 2 hits. Now they'll scoop it over on 3. So they'll live to fight another day. Wahpeton trying to snuff it out, and the placement was perfect on that hit. Pop shot over the top by Lee DeVries. As Wahpeton just not allowing Valley City back in this game. They got their 5-6 nothing run, and Valley City has been kept at arm's distance ever since. That was stuffed straight down by Wahpeton. I believe the ball was coming down on the Valley City side, but Wahpeton almost laid a touch to it. Hard to tell from up here, but Valley City will get the point nonetheless. 21-16, Wahpeton leading. Line drive serve. Wahpeton with the good first 2 hits. They'll play it flat-footed on 3. All laid up close to the net. Big smack by LaRue. And LaRue, she's a spark energy off the bench. She's trying to bring the energy now with a big kill. 4-point deficit for Valley City. 21-17 in favor of Wahpeton. Back to service Borg. Borg hits a deep serve. Wahpeton blasted through the wall as Natalie Thorson could not contain the big response in the middle by Ashley Collar. Substitutions being made. Wahpeton moving back to serve. Picked up by Suffolk. Outside now for Coca. Coca keeps it in play this time as it split the back 2 for Wahpeton. So for Valley City, they need something, and they need it quick as they look to put some pressure here on Wahpeton, who's managed the gap quite well. Kinley Suffolk carried Valley City with her serving to a win in the last set. She's trying to carry them to a rebound now, and it'll start off well as Wahpeton never looked comfortable on that last serve as they just drive it right into the net. Valley City trails by 3. And timeout called here by Wahpeton, and we'll take the timeout as well. Back here in 30 seconds. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
And we're back here in Valley City. As for Valley City, it is a taxing set so far. They are down 22-19, but they do have control in a sense of their own destiny, as Kinley Suffolk is the one back to serve. For a string of good service led to Valley City, taking a commanding lead in that third set, which they won 25-11. And now it is her serving they hope to ride back into this fourth set. No substitutions being called for here. As it appears coming into the game will be George Zahn for the first time. Well, George Zahn coming into the game for the first time today. Suffolk back to serve. So we're waiting for the official go. And we are ready to go. Suffolk serve, line drive. It's a whiff, a rare whiff by Tatum Schroeder. Tried to play it off to the side, and the momentum just too much. 22-20. Wahpeton with the lead, but Valley City rallying here late. Wahpeton shuffles the serve forward. Play it big on the outside. Now it's going to carry out of play. And now, tightening of the situation begins. Valley City has pulled within one. City trying to rally here late. Deep serve picked up by Wahpeton. Huskies shuffling it forward off the top of the wall. Valley City's diving effort to keep it alive with Lex. Just couldn't quite be popped up. And it is a 23-21 lead for Wahpeton, but Valley City very much in this fourth set with that rally. Wahpeton pops it straight over. Suffolk dips down to get to it. Outside now. LaRue hits a bomb. Wahpeton's trying to get to it, and they will not. Bailey LaRue. It's been cash money when called upon. She'll head to the bench. Valley City down by one. In short terms, Valley City needs three. A 3-0 run wins them this game. Drew Contratz back to serve. Picked up by Wahpeton. Wahpeton only needs 2 points to keep this alive. And it was a bit of a mishit, but a point will be given nonetheless, as I believe that was Hasbargen that just had it pop off the side of her hand. And now we are on set point. Punched over the top. Bit of a miss hit by Valley City, but they'll keep it alive. Pushed deep by Board. Wahpeton shovels up to the outside. Scrambles through the wall, and we'll go to a fifth set. No! The point's going to be given to Valley City. I missed the sign. I'm not sure why, but Valley City has life. Simplest terms, if Valley City gets the point, they stay alive. If Wahpeton gets it, we go to 5. Wahpeton pushes it over, and it's a great play. It's an absolutely terrific play by Mackenzie Gilbertson. Laying the numbers. Valley City was ready for a bomb. They got a changeup, and it's a 25-23 win in the fourth set for Wahpeton. So the good news is for Valley City is that they'll get the serve to open up this fifth set, which is, for some reason, been what has carried them to their wins in the sets. But it's been a great game so far, and we'll keep it right here. So in case you are just tuning in, We'll give you the game recap to the best of my abilities. Valley City started off the first set with a good run of serve. They got out to an early 4-0 lead, and then they managed to just maintain that lead all the way through, going on a bit of a secondary run halfway through that first set that helped carry them to a 25-17 win in the first set. And the next set, Wahpeton, after trading points back and forth with Valley City, opened up about an 8-point lead. Valley City would rally back to make it a little close late, but ultimately would fall 25-20. Then we get to the third set, and it was the type of set that made you feel like that this game was not long for the world, as Valley City dominated that third set 25-11, due in large part to Kinley Suffolk's serving that sparked Valley City on a big run that got them a 10-point lead, which they never relinquished, won that set 25-11. And in this set, it was back and forth, really within the first 11 points for both sides, and then it was a run by Wahpeton that opened up a 7 to 8 point lead, and they held on by their fingernails to win that fourth set 25-23. Valley City, in both their set losses, have given up a big run in the middle to Wahpeton. Wahpeton's done just enough. The thing that separated Wahpeton from their losses, where they've looked overmatched, to their wins, where they've looked very content, is their defensive positioning and how they've handled the big shots on the outside. Really another big thing there that Wahpeton didn't do is they didn't hit many balls out of play in that last set. That was a plague for them really in that third set, was the amount of balls that they hit out of play and the amount of balls that weren't really close to out of play. You know, you can always go back and play the hindsight game of that ball was traveling out, why'd you play it or do that? Well, you have to make that decision in a split second. But when the ball is carrying well deep, you know to let it go. And Wahpeton limited that mistake. And it'll actually be Wahpeton that is back to serve for this first set. Valley City has not won a set yet where they did not control the opening serve. So it is a race to 15. Like always, you must win by 2. Wahpeton serve picked up by Suffolk. In the middle for Quilvang, a little bit off balance, not able to get a lot of power underneath of it. Wahpeton will play it deep. Suffolk is there. Ball now to the outside. Fadeaway shot for Thorson, not able to generate power to it. Ball away shot for Wahpeton. Cross court. Valley City gets 1 touch to it. Now 2. Outside for Koka. Koka is able to get Valley City on the board early. Koka will now move back to serve. She's had her moments in this game, and that might have been the biggest moment of the game so far. So Valley City with a 1-0 lead. A 5-0 run in this set means more than any other set. Suffolk picks up the Wahpeton response. Now outside. This one banged off the wall by Jovi Borg, as Valley City now picks up 2 points. And what makes a 5-0 run different in this set than anything else is that's a third of your points instead of a fifth. Down the middle. It's not a great 2 hits by Wahpeton, but they'll be able to do enough to get it over on 3. Outside now for Thorson off the top of the wall. Scramble drill by Wahpeton. Schroeder got a fist to it, punched it into the net, but nobody was there to get it. 3-0 lead for Valley City. Katie Koka. Outside. 3 steps, a run, and a big bomb. Picked up by Wahpeton. That's a carry, but it's into the net. That was a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hook shot into the net. Fortunately, the net ate it up, so we don't have to call the carry, but it's a 4-0 lead for Valley City. Koka, another good serve. Wearing out that left side. Bomb down the line and right into that coffin corner. There's nothing Koka could have done on the outside except let it go and pray that ball was going to find a way to travel out, but you can't place a shot any better than that. 4-1 lead here for Valley City in this 5th set. Into the net, and Valley City will get their 5th point. So a third of the way there. Well, Valley City rolling with experience here. There's Joby Borg moving back to serve. Borg pop shots it over the top for the serve. Deep play by Wahpeton. Not a great hit by Valley City. They'll have to play deep in their own end on 3. Wahpeton playing a little deeper than they'd like. That one might have been carrying out of play, but Kavildang got her first hit to it. Schroeder gets it up top for Wahpeton. Now to the front of the net they go, off the side of the Valley City wall. It'll be a 5-2 lead now for Valley City. As Kavildang will come out and the libero, Kinley Suffolkul, will check in. And it's a lot to ask a middle blocker to come in and play kind of that traditional spot the libero occupies, and asking her to judge whether or not that ball is carrying out or not. Push shot over the top, but no. It looks like it just carried out. Right idea by Joey Borg, just couldn't quite find the proper spot to put it in. So Wahpeton pulls within 2. Joey Borg lets that ball get a little deep, and Valley City's not going to muster a response. It's a misread by Pautratz. She thought the ball was carrying over. It carried straight down the net, and Pautratz tried to pop it up but couldn't do it, and we're 1 point away from the game being tied. It's 2-2 here. 2-2 in terms of sets as we go to set 5. And this will be an ace. That one eats up Coca. And so we got ourselves a tie game. And so Tatum Schroeder has served her team back into this ball game. As once again, it'll be Georgia Zahn coming in. Line drive picked up by Zahn. Over to the outside for Thorson. Thorson has the shot blocked, but it carries outside. 6-5 lead, and now it's going to be a substitution. Pautratz comes out. LaRue comes in. LaRue in moments like this has stepped off the bench to steal Valley a couple points. Valley City would be looking for another 4-0 run here to try to pull a little bit away from a pesky Wahpeton side. Ball pushed over the top. Valley City handling it. Over now to LaRue. LaRue has her shot stuffed in the wall. Valley City sets it back to LaRue. LaRue backhands it over the top. Drop shot nicely picked up here. Valley City will respond. Deep hit, and it goes out of play. And we'll have a 6-6 tie. Borg couldn't quite get her body lined up for that shot, so she was hitting it, falling away with her momentum carrying left, but the shot of hers carrying over towards that right-hand side. Never a good formula for success. Wahpeton pops it over the top on the serve. And the outside now for Borg. Borg laces one. Schroeder dove for it, couldn't contain it. And 7-6 lead now for Valley City, as the ball will be retrieved from behind the barrier. Substitution now coming in. It's going to be Katie Coca coming in to replace Georgia Zahn. That's a deep serve picked up by the Huskies. Now to the outside they go. Punch shot handled in the wall, and a point to Valley City. Well, Valley City's got a 2-point lead now. Ball deflected out of play. Jovi Borg, the junior, she's had a good game so far. Trying to put together one more rally to help Valley City create some distance. Push shot over the top, and it's a perfect shot. Valley City caught playing too far forward as Suffolkul went chasing but couldn't find it. 8-7, Valley City with that 1-point lead. 2 steps and a hit forward for Wahpeton. Valley City's going to awkwardly get it over on 3. Good opportunity for Wahpeton here in the middle. Push shot over the top, and Valley City not going to be able to get to it. And it's been a good reading by Wahpeton. They know exactly when Valley City is being overcautious on these big balls in the middle. They're anticipating a big shot. Valley City really not keeping anybody in the middle to handle the drop shot. 8-8 tie here. as Polda is back to serve. Polda. To the right to Suffolk. Suffolk gets it over on one. Valley City's got a scramble here, and it's going to be a point to Wahpeton. And now for the first time in a while, Wahpeton has a 1-point lead. Valley City is determined to mop up a spot that is seemingly keep pumping up every 2 or so serves. Hold a serve into the net and we'll have a tie game. So the Highliners will send Suffolk back. Their serving carried them to a win in the third. Their serve carried them back into a 4th set that looked to escape them, and now they're hoping first serving can close this game out. That one's going to travel deep, and it's going to carry out of play. Valley City needs 5 to win. 10-9 in favor of Valley City here in the 5th set. Line drive serve, picked up by Schroeder. Wahpeton's got a plate flat-footed in their own end. Picked up by Borg. Now set to the outside for Coca. Coca hits it off the top of the wall. Wahpeton can't get much on it. Set up outside for LaRue. LaRue can't get it over once. Is able to get over on 2. Stuffed down by Valley City. It's a war at the front of the net. Ball pushed deep. Suffolk does a nice job getting to it. Big blast by Coca. Ball high into the air. Wahpeton looking to respond. Suffolk dives, digs it out. Now to the outside for Coca. Coca with the kill. But it was set up by a Suffolk dig. And Valley City with 2 points of breathing room. It's not much breathing room. It's one step above claustrophobic, but it is breathing room nonetheless. 11-9 as Valley City again goes to mopping up this spot, which at this point is becoming a ritual. So Suffolk, the libero, back to serve. Line drive serve. Big serve that nearly ate up Wahpeton for an ace, but they'll shuffle it forward for 3 hits. Leck sets it up outside to LaRue. LaRue off the bench and on the board again. And the stick of dynamite off the bench goes bang once again. 12-9 lead for Valley City, and a timeout will be taken by Wahpeton. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment and to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
And welcome back. We are in the 5th set. Valley City has a 12-9 lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Again, in the 5th set, it's the first of 15 wins only if you win by 2. Kinley Suffolk has turned it on late as a server. As they're serving in the 3rd and the 4th. Serving in the 3rd carried Valley City to a win in the 3rd. The 4th got him back into it when the game looked to be fading away. And in this one, her service now giving Valley City a 3-point lead. Wahpeton hits it. And Valley City is not going to have to muster a response as Wahpeton now has got to regroup. 13-9. Only 2 more points for Valley City. Suffolk lanes it into the net. Just got a bit too short-stepped with that one. Kind of stepped into it instead of getting underneath of it, got kind of right on top of it, smacked it right in the middle and drove it into the net. So Valley City with a stop can pull within 1. Suffolk pops it into the air. Borg hits it deep in her own end. Wahpeton handles it nicely. Drop shot over the top, and Borg was going one way, and the ball was going the other. And it'll be another timeout. This time taken by head coach Rebecca Erickson. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
Even the student section's now getting superstitious. They're going to the celebration that netted the Highliners for was a 10-0 run, hoping that this celebration now sparks them to a measly 2-0 run to win the game. Wahpeton make this game interesting quickly if they can score the next two. This one, a line drive serve, picked up by Valley City outside. This one off the top of the wall, and it's another kill off the bench for Bailey LaRue. LaRue will head to the bench. Valley City 1 point away. Drew Potratz, who outside of Suffolkville has been the best server for Valley City. And a last-ditch timeout called by the Huskies. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. I don't want to risk missing a thing. I'll make it up to Mobility Plus Rehabilitation in the next break. But what a game this has been for both sides. Warring back and forth here in 5 sets. Valley City is much in control of their own destiny here. With one good serve, they can win this game. With one good spike, they can win this game. With one good block, they can win this game. Valley City needs 1. Wahpeton needs 3 to keep this game alive. Serve goes right down the middle. Wahpeton's going to shuffle it forward. To the outside they go. Big bomb off the top of the net, and it's going to find the floor. And there's nothing Joby Bohr can do. She went to her knees and saying, I should have had that. There's nothing you can do. If the ball is hit clean, it sails out of play, and Valley City wins the game. But because it clips off the top of the net, it stays in play, and the game's alive. So Valley City, defensively, has to find a way to get a point before Wahpeton can get 2. Middle now to Philvang. Philvang ends it! Polda stuck out an arm trying to get to it, but it's the senior middle blocker, Addie Philvang, that ends it for Valley City here in the 5th set. 15-12, Valley City wins in the 3rd set. And what a game it was. You couldn't ask for a better way to start off the home schedule for Valley City as they pull it out in the end. We'll be back here in a minute with the post-game show. We'll be handing out our Ivy Real Estate Group player of the game. So keep it right here on 1490 AM and 96.3 FM KOVC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
This is Amy Heim, nurse practitioner with Sanford Health. Well child checks are important visits for children of every age. Yearly well child checks are recommended for children 3 and older and more frequently for those younger than 3. It is at these visits that growth, development, and preventative care are addressed in an effort to keep children as healthy as possible. Recommended immunizations are also discussed and provided at these visits. Call 742-3267 to schedule at your local Sanford Health Clinic in Ellendale, Foreman, Gwinner, Lemoore, Lisbon, or Oaks.
Hey VCSU fans, this is Dennis McCulloch, head football coach and athletic director at Valley City State University. This season we have more than 270 student athletes competing for VCSU in 14 different sports. They wear Viking colors with a tremendous amount of pride in our school and our community. Your generous donations to VCSU Century Club ensures that we can recruit and retain the finest student athletes in the NEI. Our goals are lofty, and we can't do it without your scholarship dollars. Call 845-7161 and join us in supporting our hometown team.
When gathering around the table with family and friends or enjoying a quiet meal by yourself, make certain you have the finest cuts of meat from Valley Meat Supply. Quality steaks and pork chops that make every bite a true delight. Valley Meat offers a wide variety to satisfy every taste and budget, including incredible sausage, several varieties of cheese, baked beans, award-winning beef jerky and snack sticks, and a great selection of spices. Valley Meat Supply, your locally owned, locally sourced meat market, located on West Main Street in Valley City.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
Welcome everyone back here to the Highliner Activity Center here in Valley City. What a game, what a game, what a game. Valley City wins in 5 against a very game Wahpeton side. 15-12 in that final set. The difference in the game came down to the play at the front of the net. When Wahpeton had precision, Valley City had raw power, and Wahpeton's precision was able to keep that 5th set close, and it was able to win them a couple of sets in the end. But ultimately, Valley City did what they had to do. You shuffled the ball onto the arm of Addie Kvilvang, and Kvilvang drills one off the arm of Kennedy Polda to win this game. This home opener for Valley City could not have started off with much bigger of a bang. It was a great crowd. The student section showed up. Plenty of fans in attendance. But I want to see more next time. It is a great atmosphere for this volleyball team, and they put on quite a show today. What an effort all around as the seniors carried Valley City in that first set. You had Kvilvang, you had Potratz really carrying the load in that first round. Potratz with her serving, Kvilvang with her play in front, and you even had Jovi Borg on the outside chipping in as well. Jovi Borg had a tremendous game on the outside. She was probably, I would say, the most consistent force out there for Valley City. If she ever came off the court, it was not for long, as she had a marvelous day really from that left side. That left side out hitter position is her spot on the floor, and she dominated out there. And man, you judge it by that first set, you thought this was going to end quick. You judge it by the third set, you thought it was going to end quick. But Wahpeton, they came back in that second set, and they seized momentum in the middle part of that second set and held on to win 25-20. In the fourth set, they got out to an 8-0 run again, and Valley City managed to claw their way back, make it about a two-point game at times, and ultimately a one-point game at times. It was 23-24 in that third set, but with a beautifully placed drop shot by Wahpeton, it sealed us going to that fifth set. And in that fifth set, Valley City got out to that early 4-0 run. What I said about 4-0 runs and 5-0 runs in that fifth set, meaning more than it does in a 25-point set, well, it came true, as both teams were able to pretty much put together runs of their own. Wahpeton took the lead. Valley City managed to come through with their own, as really Kinley Suffolk, the libero, sometimes does not get a lot of love. She picked up about 2 to 3 aces today. I don't have the official score sheet in front of me. We'll have the official scores and stats for you on the website, newsdakota.com, when that story gets put up. But really you get down to it. It was a fantastic, fantastic game. But there can only be one. There can only be one Ivy Real Estate Group player of the game. They will get a certificate from Ivy Real Estate Group for this performance. And I'm going to give it to Bailey LaRue. Bailey LaRue. She might have not had the most kills. She might not have had the most blocks. She might not have had the most of anything. But what she had were perhaps some of the biggest moments in the game. She came in and she would bust up a Wahpeton run. She would come off and give energy. That's what you want out of your bench players, is to give energy. And ultimately, just like her performance, her final point was not the winning point, but it was perhaps the most impactful. It was the 14th point. It was the one that gave Valley City the freedom to not have to play perfect, not have to get their next serve to be an ace or to win that set. It gives them the ability to be flexible. And LaRue, when her number was called upon, she came through time and time again off the bench. And there will be more players today that had more kills than her, more digs, more whatever. But when it comes down to who performed the best, when it mattered the most, Bailey LaRue is going to get my vote for the Ivy Real Estate Group player of the game. So she will get a certificate from Ivy Real Estate Group for her performance today. Valley City follows up a 3-1 win over Devils Lake with a 5-set win here against a very game Wahpeton side. Again, I want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning in today. Can't wait for the football game tomorrow. What a precursor for what should be an excellent football game tomorrow between Valley City and Watford City. That game will begin at 7 p.m. with the kickoff. Pregame show beginning right around that 6:40 mark here on the Voice of the Valley, KLVC. The Highlanders football team looking to move to a 2-0 start, much like the volleyball team just did today. I want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning in. And what a game it was to listen to. Again, Valley City wins in 5. They won the first set 25-17, lost the second set 20-25, won the third set 25-11, fourth set lost 25-23, and won this fifth and final set 15-12. It was Addie Kilving that got the final kill of the day, but it was Bailey LaRue whose bench play really sparked Valley City to the win today as she takes home our Ivy Real Estate Group player of the game. My name's Jerry Edwards. Keep it locked right here on the Voice of the Valley, KLVC.